Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche La NBA, an annual tradition in the NBA celebrating diversity and culture, and always a pleasure to bring it to you. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldrich will join us momentarily from the sidelines. DA, take it away.
For most teams in the NBA, success starts at the top. The challenge for owners, most of whom don't come from basketball backgrounds, is picking the right person to entrust with roster decisions. That skill set is hard to evaluate sometimes, but getting that first decision right can sometimes make all the difference. Kevin?
It sure can. All right, DA, thanks. Some terrific new faces in the league, and as we have about a month left to play in this season, what better time than now to see who has stood out and shown they have the skill and talent to take home the Rookie of the Year award. You know, there have been moments for him this year, but overall it just doesn't look like he'll finish near the top of the list.
And the crop of young talent coming into the league this year, especially this group, has painted a very bright picture for the future of the NBA.
We see such great physical ability across the board with these young players. Some guys' polished skills are so impressive, but who becomes the star usually comes down to who puts in the most work.
Now the starting group for the visitors. Cool Hands is out there with Wilson. Then it's the Magician, and then it's Little General. And for the Jayhawks, Lights Out there with G. Then it's Q. Then there's J. And it's Azubuike in at the 5. Brandon, looking ahead to the playoffs, when you made your first postseason appearance, were you surprised by the intensity you found once you got there?
Kevin, it was my second season. I was playing for the Clippers, so getting into the playoffs was quite miraculous on its own accord for the organization. But the level of detail in the playoffs and intensity in the playoffs, they know everything that you're going to do. And we were playing against the Utah Jazz, which at that time...
Some pretty good players on it.
Karl Malone, John Stockton, Jeff Hornacek, the great Jerry Sloan as the head coach. It was a wonderful experience, but you understood that the playoffs were different. Absolutely something different in terms of the intensity and what it is that that team knew about you.
Here's Dotson. Now the pass to G. Good ball movement here by the Jayhawks. Dotson can't hit. The Huskies on offense. It's a 3-point game.
An interconference matchup. They faced these guys twice a season, and last year they took both games.
Cool hands passes to Little General. Just 5 to shoot. The Huskies need to get off a shot here. And there's the foul. It's on cue. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
About 1 minute into the first quarter. Stolen away. Wilson with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jayhawks will have another go. Off the inbound. Dotson gets the bucket. Here's Little General. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Here's the Magician. Rebound by Azubuike.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Ooh, the double clutch. And 2 free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He barely missed that one.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Huskies shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
2 shots.
And he makes the first. And so he hits both. Here's Dotson. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. With the rebound.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
Yeah, and watching that, all kinds of contributions and just little things that guys were doing to chip in for that win.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Again, the miss by the Huskies. The Jayhawks have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Here's G. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
Well, he creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go, even with the defense not really a factor.
Here's Little General. 6 to shoot. From deep. Again, the miss by the Huskies.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Azubuike up top. He's coming off a 10-point game against Jay. The pass to Dotson. 3-pointer. Wilson grabs the board. Looking at the Jayhawks, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Wildcats. A second chance effort. That shot missing, and it's the Jayhawks the other way.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's Dotson, and he converts the layup. Dotson's got his second basket.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Huskies.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat, Greg. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
Speedy's checked in for G. Cool hands passes to Gilbert.
No shot.
Here's Wilson. Again, the miss by the Huskies.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way. Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with two hands on that stuff. Now here's Freak. He had 13 points in the win again. Passes to Cool Hands. Now Freak outside Wilson. 4 on the clock. Trying to get something going. They get the rebound. Cloak loose. And here we go. The Jayhawks with a fast break. Here's Jay. Yep, it counts. Jay's got a second bucket of the night.
Oh, great ball movement there. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And the pass to Cool Hands. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Here's Speedy. No points in the game yet for him. Pass to Azubuike. Here's Speedy. Here's Dotson. Pass to Azubuike. From deep three-point range. And out of bounds as the Huskies gain possession. Let's quickly now take a peek at the league leaders in blocks. And you take a look at Azubuike, 5th in the league in patrolling the paint.
There aren't going to be many nights when you don't see him affect the game with his shot blocking ability.
And the Huskies call time here. With so many guys are now shooting from well beyond the arc. Who do you think has the deepest range in the league?
I think Steph Curry has the most consistent, deepest range.
Lillard is in that category.
Lillard is in there, and of course, last year's playoff win will never go away in terms of what a great memory that was. Trae Young is now entering that category. Yeah, I mean, we saw that at the end of last year. His fearlessness in pulling up from just about anywhere has been pretty remarkable. And to that, I will add one Brook Lopez, who has found his way well beyond the three-point line.
He's a whole nother conversation.
We'll talk about him later.
We'll do that. Will it go? The great rebound by Azubuike.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Here's Azubuike. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Now here's Freak. 1:29 left to play in the first quarter. Rebound by Azubuike. Azubuike's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Speedy. He averages about 5 points a game. Passes it to Azubuike. He kicks it to Garrett. The pass to Speedy. Here's Lawson. And the Jayhawks again can't hit.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink.
And it's blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Huskies will retain possession. Hoover, he's checked in for Freak. On defense, the Jayhawks. Here's Wilson. This is his second trip to the line in this one.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
First free throw is good. And so he makes both from the line. 43 seconds left in the first quarter. Jayhawks leading by 3. Speedy the pass to Lawson. Trying his luck from deep. No good that time. And so it's Cole who brings it up for the Huskies. Pass to Boomer. 17 seconds left here in the first quarter. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Huskies will retain possession. Passes it to the great. 5 to shoot. The shot from 20 feet away. And that one hits back iron.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Jayhawks out front, up 3. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast. As the second quarter getting going right now. And what stands out to you in this one?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you can't be careless with your shot selection out there because some of them are getting thrown back.
Here's Boomer. On the court for the Huskies. We've got Boomer, the great out there with Slim. Then it's the Machine, and it's Cole in at the 2 spot. Here's Garrett, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Garrett's got the lead up to 5 now for the Jayhawks.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
Here's Garrett. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Here's D. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. You know, officials try to be as objective as possible, Brent. It does sometimes feel like we get superstar calls, though, correct?
I think there's absolutely superstar calls, Kevin. And, you know, the purist in me wants the referees to keep it fair. But understanding that the game is entertainment and understanding what it takes to be that level of player, every now and then seeing a guy like James Harden getting a few more free throws or watching Giannis find his way to the line a few more times, I shrug my shoulders and I say, yeah, I actually kind of get it.
Yeah, good examples. And the first one drops. He's checked in for the Jayhawks. The Huskies making a switch here. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Here is Boomer. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And it's blocked. Second shot opportunity. Rebounded by the Jayhawks.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, then another. Really the story of the game.
Yeah, it felt like just the entire roster was stuck in neutral. There was nobody offensively that could get anything going.
Clock at 6. Good ball movement here by the Jayhawks. Garrett, the pass to Azubuike. That doesn't fall either. He's missed his first 2 shots tonight. Here's Little General. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. The pass to Boomer. Here's Little General. Knocked loose. And the ball out of play. The Jayhawks will inbound. It's take a peek now here at the league leaders in rebound. And you take a look at Azubuike, no doubt one of the most efficient rebounders in the game.
And guys, his rebounding has taken a lot of pressure off their other bigs. It adds up to contribute in a lot of other ways.
Here's D, lays it up and banks it in. D's got 4 this quarter.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
It's tipped. Here is Boomer. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And the ball out of play. The Jayhawks will inbound.
And taking a look at some numbers for buckets. Over the last month, getting it done. 7th in scoring, and he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And you noted it. His points per game average is unreal right now. He's literally propping up the team's offense, scoring whenever they need him to. Kicks to G. Pass to J. Out to the wing. Here's G. D passes to J. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Passes it to the great. Here's the pass to Boomer. To stop the drought. Rebound by Azubuike.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
Garrett's shot is off. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. To the wing right side. Here's Little General, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Huskies shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
2 shots.
First one falls for the Jayhawks. Q comes in for J, and Lights Out subbed in for the Magician. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Jayhawks leading by 7. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Dotson the pass to D. Pass to Dotson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And here's Azubuike. Shoots a fader. Here's Q. It's blocked. Picked off in midair. Here's Dotson. His last outing, he had 8 points. Count it, good.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And with an 86% free throw average, you can count on him to come through on most trips.
Huskies on offense, trailing by 10. Freak with it, still looking for his first bucket in this one. D passes to Azubuike. And out of bounds as the Huskies gain possession. Cowboys checked in for the Jayhawks. Speedy comes in for G. Dotson. To the inside. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Wilson's got 7.
Now that play never gets old, Kevin. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
Dotson the pass to Q. Here's Speedy. Shot clock at 6. Good ball movement here by the Jayhawks. The shot's good from Lawson.
I think the defense has more concerns out there on the floor, and they give him a good open look from the perimeter.
Passes it to Cool Hands. Fades and shoots. Dotson with the rebound.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration.
That one goes in.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Now here's Wilson. He's got 7. The pass to Cool Hands. It's not going to go for him. And it's the Jayhawks the other way. Here's Dotson. Good. Nice job down low. Dotson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
And the Huskies call time here.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
And a quick look here at some of the numbers for him.
And the past 10 games have been all about his work on the boards. He's been a different guy when it comes to rebounding. He's battling like he hadn't been earlier in the year, and it's great to see that kind of hustle.
Now here's Freak. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Shot to stop the run. That shot no good. And it's the Jayhawks the other way. Speedy the pass to Q. And good that time. Q's got his first points in this one.
They have a good plan going right now, and they're starting to create separation.
Well, game plan might have been have to bring it together. Right now, their chemistry is something to be admired.
Lets the 3 fly. Rebounded by the Jayhawks. Speedy the pass to Dotson. Huskies with the rebound. The Magician's got his 5th rebound in this one. Kicks it to Freak. 41 seconds left in the first half of the game. Got a hand on it. And here's the break. Speedy the pass to Dotson. 6 on the shot clock. As Ibuki up top for 3. Dotson gets the bucket. Dotson's got 8 points in the quarter.
He has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
And here's Wilson. From deep. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the home team closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Checking out the Jayhawks. Kenny?
Well, they just about ran their offense to perfection. They pounded the ball inside, and the entry feeds were on time and on the money. It was a clinic to watch. The second half is going to be no contest if they keep getting shots 8 feet and in.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the visiting team.
Well, first of all, as cold as they've been from the floor, I can't say you cannot shoot the ball that poorly and expect to be in the game. We need better ball movement. If their offense stays this stagnant, they can forget about a comeback.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Over there.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been one outstanding game from lights out.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
And you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
Here's Little General. G is out there with lights out. Then there's J. Then it's Q. And it's Azubuike in at the 5 spot. Here's the Magician. Count it.
The Magician.
The Magician's got the first points in the second half here for the Huskies.
Number 1.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
And for the Huskies, we've got the Magician. Wilson out there with cool hands. And then it's Little General. 3 on the clock. Here's Azubuike. Count it from 12. And the Jayhawks lead by 20.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Pass to cool hands. Passes it to Little General. Here's the Magician. And it's blocked. Pass to G. Lets it go from 14. Huskies with the rebound. Wilson's got 5 rebounds tonight. The Huskies making a switch here. Cole's checked in.
Substitution on the floor. Cole.
And so it's the Huskies with it. And the pass to the Magician. Wilson inside. Here's the Magician. He's covered by Azubuike. Cool hands. Tip back in for 2.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebound. And unless you're as good as he, those tip-ins are all about skill.
And now the first timeout called here for the Jayhawks. For the Huskies, Slimmy's checked in for the Magician. And the Great subbed in for Wilson. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Q passes to Azubuike. To the wing on the left. Pass to J. 4 on the shot clock. Good ball movement here by the Jayhawks. Pulls up on the wing. Huskies with the rebound. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Shot from 12. Yep, that one goes in there.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
I don't think he sees any kind of defense when he's at that range. It doesn't matter who's guarding him.
Down low. Hey. They swipe it. Out to the right wing. Here's the Great. It's blocked. Here's Dotson. Offensive rebound. G. And the basket's good. A bank shot that time. G's got his second basket of the game.
How frustrating for the defense. You get the stop, but then fail to block out.
Yeah, that pops your confident balloon out there, just completely deflating when plays like that happen.
Jayhawks leading by 18. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. G's got 6 points. The Huskies have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half.
I got your help.
Here's Little General. Pass to Cole. Here's Cool Hands. no good.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Here's Little General to the right side. The pass to Cool Hands. Kicks it to Cole. Pass to the Great, and the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor, not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jayhawks. D, he's checked in for buckets. The Magician comes in for G, and Speedy subbed in for lights out. Pass to Garrett. Another shot. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been terrific at turning turnovers into points.
They've shown a tremendous ability to cash in on their opponent's mistakes, creating offense with their defense.
Free throw good. Garrett. There are many players now signing shorter contracts in free agency. You've talked about this a lot. Does it make it harder or easier for the super teams?
Well, I think it makes it easier because all of a sudden a star player from another team becomes available that you could latch him on to somewhere else.
Any examples you could throw out there that
I don't want to get into the specifics
okay,
of it.
I understand.
I think we've seen it over the past 3 or 4 years with some of our star guys. And
yes.
I don't fault them because they're getting smarter. Players are a lot smarter about what it is that they can do with having the very few times, Kevin, that you have a say in your career as to where it is that you're going to play, and more importantly, the potential for what it is that financially you can make.
And playing for a championship.
For a championship, or potentially the opportunity to play with somebody who you've always thought you could their play or they could elevate yours. This is not going away anytime soon.
No problem on the jumper in close. Cool Hands got 4 points this quarter.
That's excellent. Get the ball down deep inside and cash in on a simple basket.
From 12 feet out, he can't get that one to fall. And the Huskies going the other way now. Over to the left wing. Here's Cole. Rebounded by the Jayhawks.
That's not going to make you a favorite target of your teammates. They'll think twice about feeding you if you're going to keep missing layups.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Here's Freak after the basket by the Jayhawks. 2 Cool Hands passes to Slim. Now Freak. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And Cole kicks one for 3. Second chance shot. No good at the rim.
Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
D. The shot comes out. Being a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. Now here's Freak. He's guarded closely. Rebounded by the Jayhawks. Hughes got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Garrett, the pass to Speedy. Here's D. And the shot goes down. D's got more points now in the quarter. D's gone 3 for 5 from the field. Boomer the pass to Cole. Here is Slim. Here's Cool Hands. Count the basket. Cool Hands got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And not a single point in the first quarter, but he's found his game, and you can tell he's got a bit of his swagger back.
And the call will go against Boomer. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And the Jayhawks making a change here. Lawson's checked in. And then for the Huskies, the Magician comes in for Cool Hands. And it's Wilson in for Cole. Here's Garrett. Passes to Jay. Lawson outside. Clock at 6. That one drops for him. Lawson's got his second bucket of the night. Lawson's gotten 2 of his 3 shots to go tonight. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Wilson against Lawson. Now here's Wilson. From deep 3-point range, and so it's the home team in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. They've got Cowboy, Hugh out there with Jay. Then there's Speedy, and it's Garrett in at the 2-guard spot. Hugh passes to Garrett. To the middle, here's Grimes, and easy 2 points on the layup.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Marcus Garrett.
Freak with it. A lot of missing stats from the 60s and 70s, but if we could go back and look at those actual numbers, any players you think would really be catching our eye in terms of, wow, I didn't know that guy was that good, or he's better than I thought he was?
Well, don't we always look at the incredible, mind-boggling numbers of Wilt Chamberlain
yes,
and think, what was that guy doing?
Yeah.
And we don't even have half of it.
No.
So Wilt Chamberlain comes to mind first. What I think about Kevin when that question comes up is how many great players through the 70s and also really through the 80s, because the 3-point line wasn't accentuated enough, missed the opportunity to be even greater scorers. I mean, Jerry West with a 3-point line.
Can you imagine that?
You got to be kidding me. So there's a lot of gap of those players too that also changes in rules, and because the 3-point line wasn't in, that we would be talking about in terms of nostalgia and their accomplishments with a much different rule.
Even someone as recent as Jordan, with the rules the way they are now,
absolutely
unbelievable.
With the openness of the floor and what Michael could do, as if he wanted to prove he could do more.
Exactly. Lights out, checked in for Speedy. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Here's Little General, and he hits the jump shot. Here's G. Brett, when a team hires a new coach, what tends to be the feelings of the players in that locker room, knowing there's a new voice in it?
If you are a veteran player, you have the opportunity, more than likely, Kevin, to call 5 or 6 resources that know who that coach is. Because most of the time, coaches that are getting hired have previous NBA experience. If you're a younger player, you're looking at what it is that's being written and said about that coach to try to evaluate how it is that you're going to fit in. The biggest responsibility, Kevin, is that new coach trying to get as many of those players into the facility or at a meeting or at a dinner to have them understand from day one, as soon as possible, what it is that they're about, what it is he's expecting from them, and how it is he's going to go about them. Then all the other things about guesswork, those go away.
Right. All about communication.
That communication, and communication as quick as you possibly can. That's an important factor.
That's his third personal foul. 5. Dotson. Taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Cool hands checked in for the Jayhawks. good on both. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. And obviously some good players have taken less money for a chance at a winning championship situation. That's made some rich teams even better.
Well, you have to appreciate a player in that regard, thinking that the financial gains that he could have somewhere else and playing for a team that's not capable of doing what it is that you're trying to do, and that's win a championship, that they've decided, look, it's not about that for me. What it is about the experience of being around a team that elevates itself to being the best team in the league. And if you're fortunate enough at the highest level, Kevin, as a basketball player, to be around a championship, that experience sticks with you for a lifetime. So you do appreciate guys looking for those opportunities to be around a championship.
And Lawson hits 2 free throws. The Huskies have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. From outside the arc. Rebound by Azubuike. Azubuike's got 11 rebounds in the game. And there's the pass to G. Shot clock at 6. For 3, Lawson, and he's good on the 3-ball. Lawson's got 5 points in the quarter.
Pretty much not a player in the league is going to pass up a shot like that so much for the defense.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Pass to baddest one. And they get it. And it's good on the way in.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Here's G. People talk about a player's mileage limit. Do you think total games is the most accurate assessment?
I don't think so. Yeah.
What is it?
It's the amount of minutes that players play.
Yeah.
I mean, there are plenty of studies out there that teams are digging around on when players reach. And trust me, they got to be lucky, but you're talking 35,000, 40,000 minutes in the league, that the body is just not capable at that point of replicating the things that it's done year in and year out. So forget about the games. Go to total minutes played. That's where you'll find the biggest fall off for some of your favorite players that have amused and entertained you for years.
Interesting. That one goes. Count it.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
The Huskies have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. There's another block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Lawson kicks to Dotson. Out left to the wing. The baseline J. And that one's good by G.
And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Well, he's grabbed a tee and a blanket because he's putting this one to bed.
Now here's Prez. To end the run. Misses off the left iron. And so it's Lawson with it, bringing it up for the Jayhawks. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Plenty of space. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And really the story of this second half. One team getting the shots they want. The other, not so much.
Yeah, this team did something in halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Jayhawks.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season. And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance. But in particular, a real good game it was for Buckets.
He came out and let everyone know that points would be hard to come by with the way he swatted away shots and protected the rim.
And 1:01 left in the fourth quarter. And here is Adams. Floats one up. Not going to go that time. They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
Top of the key, Moore. Passes it to Cool Hands. Here's Miracle Man. Off target from outside. Left side, Adams. And Adams with the slam.
Of all the action happening there, Kevin, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Here's Miracle Man. So the Jayhawks take the win, and the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long, everyone.